Let us pray. We pray in thanksgiving for bringing us safely to this day. May we be truly thankful for the gift of education and for the family, friends, and staff members whose support has made this journey possible. May you bless those who graduate today. May they know your great love for them, and may they always seek goodness, beauty, and truth in all they do. May they use their many gifts wisely and generously, and work always for the good of the whole human family. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Please be seated.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished colleagues, guests, and of course, graduates, I have the honor of declaring this graduation ceremony open. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the third of our 2023 winter graduation ceremonies. It is great to be here in the sports hall with a different setup due to our campus works which are getting underway. Today, we are here to celebrate your success as you graduate amongst friends and family, peers, and university staff here at Leeds Trinity University. Your graduation ceremony today officially marks the formal completion of your studies and the beginning of new challenges as you start or continue your professional careers or consider further study. What you have achieved should not be underestimated. Studying for a degree is intellectually and mentally demanding. It requires a great deal of hard work, perseverance, and determination. It is a major personal commitment and investment in your future, one of the biggest you'll ever make. But studying for a degree also demonstrates confidence, belief in your abilities, and an ambition to succeed. And following years of hard work and dedication, you've done it. And today is a day of joy and celebration. It is my pleasure and honor to celebrate with you. And I know I speak for everyone here when I say how proud we are of each and every one of you. But today is also about the people who have supported you throughout your educational journey. Parents, carers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, husbands, wives, partners, children, teachers, employers, and friends. Their contribution has been invaluable, and I am delighted to see so many here today to join this celebration. I am also honored to stand here today with my colleagues, your lecturers, tutors, and professional services staff who have supported you during your studies, providing you with knowledge and inspiration. Thank you to all. When I look out at all of you today, I feel a huge sense of pride in what you have achieved. You have made the most of the opportunities available to you at university, persevered in your studies, and have excelled to graduate today. I think the theme of education for hope encapsulates what days like today are all about. Education has the power to make positive change in the world. It can broaden minds, challenge assumptions, and inspire hope for the future. It also connects strongly with our values and belief that every individual, regardless of their background or route into education, should be supported to achieve their true potential. And this is brought to life by you all today. I would like to take the opportunity to mention just a few students who have excelled during their time here. For example, Elizabeth Pye is graduating today with a PGCE in Secondary Education English, who found her way back to education and has had a transformative experience. Her experiences have shown the immense impact that teachers have, and she will be giving our vote of thanks later in the ceremony. Well done, Elizabeth. Marie Angeli Roberts, who has completed her PGC in Primary Education 3 to 7, achieved her dream qualification after leaving her home country to study here at Leeds Trinity. Angeli, who is from the Philippines, was attracted to the university's Catholic foundation and ethos and has juggled her assignments with work placements, immigration, and job applications to succeed today. Congratulations, Angeli. Congratulations also to the recipients of the School of Education Prize for Academic Excellence, who persevered through the challenges of their studies with incredible success. Emma Stevenson, who graduates with a Master's of Arts in Education, and Chloe Summerfield, who has completed a degree in primary education early years. Very well done for these exceptional achievements. This is just a flavor of some of the stories, and we are so very proud of every single one of you here today. Your time here at Leeds Trinity has provided you with knowledge and professional experience, ready for the world of work or further study. You have become independent adults, rounded individuals, and hopefully made friends for life. You may even have met your future partner. What is clear is that we have been incredibly privileged to see you develop and grow into inspiring individuals with bright futures ahead of you. And today, we celebrate the success of you, our 2023 graduates. Please remember this moment. Remember the people around you who have been on this journey with you, and the many others who have supported you. We are all immensely proud of you and your achievements. So look to the future with optimism and take your talents to the world. Congratulations, well done, and the very best of luck. I now invite the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Ed Anderson, CBE, to give his address.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the academic and support staff, graduands and guests, I'm delighted to address you today as your Pro-Chancellor. May I also congratulate those of you who are in a few moments about to become our newest graduates. Many, many congratulations to all of you. I would like to offer a few thoughts to our new graduates. Firstly, we are very proud of you all, and you should all be very proud of your achievements. I know you will appreciate the support that you've had from your families and friends, and especially the staff here at Leeds Trinity University. And I know you will remember to thank them all. Perhaps you might want to give your supporters and staff members a great round of applause now. Those sentiments apply not just today, but to everything that happens to you after you leave here. Take pride in what you achieve and always make a point of thanking those who help you along the way. Secondly, I would encourage you to think the unthinkable. There will be times in your life when opportunities occur to do things that at first sight might appear impossible, or that may involve an element of risk. So open your minds to those opportunities and be prepared to stretch yourselves, and yes, be prepared to take some risks. There are many examples of world-famous people doing things that might appear to us to be impossible. Looking back in history, we all know, for example, that Beethoven composed some of the world's greatest music when he was profoundly deaf, and that Albert Einstein was autistic and dyslexic. And of course, more recently, former deputy head teacher Deborah James, who died last year, has been an inspirational example of someone facing up to adversity to raise millions of pounds for charity with her campaigning to raise awareness of bowel cancer while knowing that she did not have long to live. Our capacity as human beings to take on new challenges and achieve the impossible can be truly amazing. My third suggestion is to make sure that you do things in your life to make the world a better place. And this resonates very strongly with the values and Catholic mission of Leeds Trinity University. There are many opportunities to volunteer our time in order to make a difference. In Leeds alone, there are around 3,500 charities or voluntary organizations doing amazing things. Their work is vital. Much of it is under the radar, but they actually provide the glue that holds our society together. We saw a stunning example of this during COVID, right across the country and further afield, when existing groups sprang into action and new groups emerged to provide help to those in the community who needed it the most. The volunteering took a huge variety of forms, but it resulted in many people surviving the months of lockdown when they wouldn't otherwise have done so. There was an amazing wave of kindness sweeping across the nation during COVID, but as many have remarked, that incredible voluntary effort was already needed before COVID and is certainly needed now with the impact of inflation and the cost of living crisis. I know that many of you will have been involved in volunteering during your time as a student, and I'm sure that as you graduate today, you will be determined to take up some of the many opportunities to make a difference. In my role as Lord Lieutenant, the King's representative in West Yorkshire, I have the privilege of meeting many people and voluntary groups that work tirelessly to improve the lives of others. I could give you many examples, but I will mention just two. There is a group called Homeless Street Angels that was formed by twin sisters who lost their sister to an overdose, and they now spend all their time helping others, handing out hot and cold food, clean clothes, toiletries, and more to people on the streets of Leeds who need help. The second example is Andy's Man's Club, which was started in Halifax after someone called Andy Roberts took his own life. None of his family or friends realized he was suffering. Andy's Man's Club was started by Andy's mother and his brother-in-law about 7 years ago as a group where men could come together in a safe space to talk about their mental health issues and anxieties. This model has now been rolled out nationally. It is completely volunteer-led, and the service is used by around 2,000 people, and it involves around 500 trained volunteer facilitators. As I say, I have the privilege to meet so many wonderful people in West Yorkshire, who selflessly devote themselves to trying to improve the lives of those who are less fortunate. I am always blown away and inspired when I meet them, and it makes me feel hopeful for the future. As you leave Leeds Trinity University and embark on the next phases of your lives, it is natural to perhaps feel a little apprehensive about what the future will bring. But I hope that as a result of your time here, you will also feel a real sense of excitement and optimism. A world of hope and opportunities awaits you. So my thoughts to leave you with today are: be proud of your achievements and remember to thank those who help you along the way. Be ambitious and ready to try things that may appear impossible. And leave here in a spirit of optimism about the adventure that awaits you, and be determined to do things in your lives that will help to make the world a better place. Warmest congratulations once again to all of you who are about to graduate today, and I wish you every success and happiness for the future. Thank you.
We now move to the conferment of the awards and presentation of prizes for our graduands. My name is Dr. Amy Quickfall. I'm the head of the School of Education, and I am absolutely delighted to present prizes and awards from the Faculty of Social Sciences and Education. Pro-Chancellor, I am pleased to present the following. For the award of Master of Arts in Education, I present Giles Blackburn. Charlotte Child. Catherine Garrett. Sarah Iveson. Nazia Koza. The following graduand is also the recipient of the School Prize for Academic Excellence, Emma Matthews. Marco Piscioneri. Zoe Proctor. Katrina Richardson. Amari Swanston Jeffers. Fern Tickle. Joe Turnbull. Samantha Wilkes. The following graduands have been awarded a postgraduate certificate in education with QTS in primary education 3 to 7. I present Alicia Ali. Samantha Bainbridge. Lauren Brown. Kate Burrow. Emma Coyne. Charlotte Davis. Alice Dolan. Grace Durkin. Chloe Garner. Harisa Khan. Tara Siobhan Lynch. Millie Mackenzie. Eleanor Milburn. Rebecca Newbold. Hannah Rafferty. Danielle Ratage. Angeli Roberts. Stephanie Wells. Hannah Wright. Shazia Yaqub. Francesca Zagieski. In primary education 5 to 11, I present Isabel Amiyar. Atika Amjad. Zarka Arif. Maria Aslam. Georgia Booth. Annabelle Box. Imogen Burton. Joel Herkowski. Rebecca Chung. Frankie Victoria Cosgrove. Jessica Cummings. Ellie Delgado. Beth Evans. Jade Gordon. Sophie Green. Zaina Munira Haider. Joe Jones. Sophie Kavanagh. Alicia Knight Francis. Georgia Leary. Eliane Lightfoot. Georgia Mackenzie. Leah Lynch. Sorry, Leah. Ashita Mita. Shannon Nordir. George Oliver. Saleh Patel. Gemma Riley. Jamie Soper. Philip Stewart. Jess Taylor. Catherine Tempestoso. Nirvana Walsh. Jacob Whitehead. Ian Williams. Robin Wilson. Beth Wouters. Seema Zahid. In secondary education, art and design, 11 to 16, I present Stella Wolno. In secondary education, business studies, 14 to 19, I present John Dennis. In secondary education, computer science with ICT, 11 to 16, I present Saida Abbas. Suhail Khan Mohammed. Mohammed Umar. In secondary education dance, 11 to 16, I present Jodie Chan. In secondary education design and technology, 11 to 16, I present the following graduand, who is also the recipient of the Tom Barker Prize, Kieran Small. Zoe Taylor. In secondary education drama, 11 to 16, I present Molly Singis. In secondary education English, 11 to 16, I present Holly Barnard. Isabel Brickwood. Maria Brown. Alexei Demanov. Lisa Gould. Lewis Hambleton. Sarah Howard. Maisie Jennings. Gurjot Lal. Robin Mason. Rohan Parmar. Elizabeth Pye. In secondary education geography, 11 to 16, I present Zoe Corner. Ben Morris. Ethan Siege. Ben Swales. In secondary education history, 11 to 16, I present Rachel Banham. Jennifer Cox. Rohan Dalwell. Joshua Foster. Catherine Griffin. Thomas Hemsley. Nicola Pearce. In secondary education mathematics 11 to 16, I present Adil Ali. Junaid Lodi. Alina Karyum. Eilish Reynolds Brown. Hina Sarish. Aksa Zahir. In secondary education, modern foreign languages, French, 11 to 16, I present Perrine Forget. Clotilde Guillon. Sean Laycock. In secondary education, modern foreign languages, Spanish, 11 to 16, I present Svetlana Smithson. In secondary education, physical education, 11 to 16, I present Tabitha Butler. Taylor Dwyer. Brittany Martin. Helen Wood. In secondary education, religious education, 11 to 16, I present Charlotte Brocklehurst. Kainat Iqbal. Georgia Kay. Chloe Webb. In secondary education science with biology 11 to 16, I present Molly Batley. Claudia Jolly. Sahib Khalil. In secondary education science with chemistry 11 to 16, I present Ebony Makeda Ama Jeffrey. Helen Jeffrey Bourne, sorry, Helen. Damien Varley. In secondary education science with physics 11 to 16, I present Liam Miller. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate in Education, I present Tahiba Akhtar. Amandeep Boparai. Rebecca Kirane. Zainab Mahmood. Alicia Mansaf. Sophie Staniforth. The following graduates have been awarded a Professional Graduate Certificate of Education with QTS in Primary Education 3 to 7. I present Sigma Khan. In Primary Education 5 to 11, I present Megan Callahan. Claudia Gloucester. Ray McCormack. In secondary education, computer science with ICT 11 to 16, I present Abdul Wahib Mahmood. In secondary education geography 11 to 16, I present Thomas McKenna. In secondary education history 11 to 16, I present Luigi Asamoah. In secondary education, modern foreign languages, French, 11 to 16, I present Louise Payon. In secondary education, music, 11 to 16, I present Gabby Hemmerdinger-Bourgeois. In secondary education, physical education, 11 to 16, I present Lucy Wakefield. In secondary education, religious education, 11 to 16, I present Taslima Saeeda Ahmed. Hannah Kerry. Rosie May Talbot. In secondary education science with biology, 11 to 16, I present Kulsoom Akhtar. Jessica Bond. In secondary education science with physics 11 to 16, I present Tahira Kiratisadi. In secondary education social sciences 14 to 19, I present Nafisa Qureshi. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, Primary Education, Early Years, aged 3 to 7, I present Lucy Emerson. Gabby Finn. Georgina Judd. The following graduand is also the recipient of the School Prize for Academic Excellence, Chloe Summerfield. That concludes the presentation of awards and prizes. Thank you.
I now invite Professor Lee Hoth from the Faculty of Social Sciences and Education to give the congratulatory address.
Thank you. I've had the privilege of teaching here at Leeds Trinity over the last 6 years, and it gives me great pleasure to be able to spend a few minutes talking to you all today. Teachers and educators are nothing short of superheroes, despite what you might read in the press. You have a power in your hands that must be used very carefully, and I want to talk to you today about this superpower. As an educator, you have a choice to make in terms of who you are going to be. Throwaway comments can damage, throwaway comments can disable hope. Throwaway comments have the power to send a pupil home in tears. But as a teacher, you can also send that child home with a smile in their hearts, which are bursting with pride because despite the fact that their work wasn't the best, you've still managed to recognise it and put it on the wall. A comment to a child that shows that you value them, their effort, even their presence in your class, their being, that is such a great gift to be able to give. And when you're drawn into the day-to-day of the classroom and have planning to do, marking that was needed yesterday, sports day to practice for, assessments, the children who may have special educational needs, the ones who just need you, it's easy to lose sight of the impact that we might be having. Many of you today are newly qualified, and your power will increase as your experience is engaging those young people refines and develops your approaches. You'll become better at working out who needs what in your class, recognising where your strengths lie and how to develop those to your advantage. You will discover that there is the power to teach for progress, for ambition, for excellence, and most importantly for the children and young people who you are there for. Let's talk about making education powerful. The education system has the power to change young people's lives. It can enable them to aspire to be astronauts, doctors, hairdressers, footballers. It's a medium that creates and shapes dreams. It has the power to make them happen too. Children will tell you about their hopes for the future. They will aim high, or sometimes very left field. But one of the jobs that you can do as a teacher is support those young people in developing their self-belief that they can dream big and that they can achieve great things. And whilst that might not actually result in them being the next Tim Peake, it will allow them to have the confidence in their own abilities to make change for the better. Over the years, you will teach many, many children, and the work that you do with them over this time will shape the future of the next generations. And I need you to think about the power that's in that. When you start with your first class, you will have a sense of something that you have not had before. Your own class is a really, really special thing. I can't articulate what it's like to be in your own classroom with your own class and to be that proper grown-up. It's nothing short of absolutely terrifying and fabulous in equal measure. You'll be told what you have to teach. That comes from our national curriculum and the school's version of this. What you do as a teacher to bring this curriculum to life will develop, allowing you to work out the best way to be able to teach that content to those children. And this is the skill of the teacher and something that ChatGPT will not be able to do. As a teacher, you will shape how you teach based on the needs of the learners in front of you. There's no one right way, but you will take into account the context of those young people, their life experiences outside of school, the culture of the school, and its ethos, and from that you will create lessons that have the content written on a piece of paper and bring your lesson to life. And it's this pedagogy, and this pedagogy is your superpower. This power also enables you to deal with situations you could not simply have planned for. I've been stuck in an airport with a party of 72 children as our transfer was held up on the way back from a ski trip. I've been lost overnight in the Cameron Highlands in Malaysia with a group of 12 pupils when we were on a month-long expedition. I've worked very closely with a form class who've been told that their friend was killed the day before in a car accident. I've taken a child to social services because it was not safe for her to be at home. And I often reflect on those incidents, and there are more. And sometimes I feel a sense of how those young people thought I would be able to give an answer in a situation that I had never been in myself before. Yet in all of those situations, as a teacher, I was able to make things a little bit better for those involved. Never forget the power that you hold. One thing that you say to a child might be carried with them for many, many years to come. So make sure you use that power to be remembered for the good and never forget the strength of this. I would like to now welcome Elizabeth Pye to give the student vote of thanks.
Sorry, it's quite a long way up those up that ramp. Hello, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, respected guests, academic staff, friends, family, and of course my fellow graduands, which is a word I learnt today. Let's start with this. Contrary to popular belief and my English degree, I have not always wanted to be a teacher. The thought of coming back into a school when I was 14, 15, or even 23 would have sent chills down my spine. However, working with young people in the last couple of years and seeing the impact that teachers have given gave me some sort of divine intervention and has landed me back in education. However, in my inaugural return, I faced some unexpected hurdles. The first hurdle is initialisms. LTU, ITT, SCITT, SD, CPD, ECT, NQT, SLT, PPT, SHIT. That is a lot of acronyms to remember. The next hurdle, waking up for your 8 a.m. morning meeting when you thought school started at 9. That was an interesting morning. After a whole week of being in a school, you reach the highest hurdle of them all. Standing in front of 30 16-year-olds, pretending to be a knowledgeable adult, and definitely not laughing when everyone starts shouting about wakey wines. Everyone sat here today has made a choice, a life-changing, tear-invoking, sometimes weekend-stealing choice. But for better or worse, you have made a choice that ultimately shows your veracity, resilience, and temperance. Teachers are a different breed, and there is no denying that. Your hard work, commitment, and determination has got you to where you are today. Always remember that. It's easy to look back on a lesson or a school week and think about what you didn't do, who you forgot to text back, or the email you forgot to send about the draft of your vote of thanks. But we often forget what we have done. The child who wrote one paragraph more than usual, the student with the reading age of 9 who used the word consequently on your lesson, despite being in year 10. The smiling year 7 who comes up to you to say English or insert subject is their favourite lesson. You have done that. You affect people's lives day in, day out, for better or worse. I wish I could go back to last year, though. I feel like the luxury of that reduced timetable is really lost on me when I complained about being busy each term on my 2 hours teaching a week. But I also wish I could go back and say to myself, you're going to make it through. Every minute will be worth it. I wish I could go back also and stress about delivering a starter activity. I forged in my teacher training year some of my strongest and most genuine friendships and working relationships I've ever made. I'm sure everyone sat in front of me today can agree that your teacher friends are invaluable. Those who know exactly what you mean when you complain about a deep dive and won't snitch on you when you're ranting about that member of senior leadership. Your fellow teachers are the only people in the world who really understand the effort, dedication, and energy you put into your practice every working day and every holiday. Hold on tight to those people. On that note, to my English cohort, thank you for the Fridays. To Rachel Rudman, I will be eternally grateful for your subject knowledge and continued support, even into my ECT year. To my fellow Beckfooters in the audience today, thank you for all the smiles and memories of fantastic high school. To my host teachers who I hope are watching the live stream, but probably won't be. Joe Sennick, Dan Thomas, Luke Parkinson, Naomi Harrison, Liz O'Keefe, and Amelia Donald, to name a few. I would not be the teacher I am without you. To Zainab Mahmood, thank you for getting through placement B and showing me that Folklore truly is the best Taylor album. To Robin Mason, the only person in the world who will always say it like it is, thank you for being the voice of reason and giving me a reality check when I needed it most. It was an honor to be read to filth by you every single day. To Lisa Gould, a happy, positive entity whose smile is infectious, thank you for always keeping me smiling, checking in with me when I was at my lowest. Please remember, friends don't hold hands in the range, okay? Sorry, inside joke. To Alex Semenov for teaching me that people can be completely selfless and incredibly perceptive. They are the most genuine person I've ever met and have taught me incredible amounts about the LGBTQ community. Finally, to John Dennis, my ultimate rock, my best friend, and my #1 supporter. I would not be where I am without you, in terms of career and life. Just remember to check your font next time you hand in an assignment. To my mum and dad who are in the audience today, thank you for putting me on this planet and supporting me through the first 24 years and 364 days of my life. Hopefully I might manage another 25. On behalf of us all sat here today in black gowns and mortarboards, a massive thank you to those who we love and who have supported us most. Listen to us complain about one particular student or a stack of marking. We are so, so grateful for everything you have done and continue to do. There is nothing more important than your continued support and encouragement, so thank you very much. Thank you to LTU and all of those who are involved in the delivery and administration of the PGCE course. Thank you to the Partnerships Office for securing placements for all of the trainees. Thank you to SharePoint, what a miraculous invention. Thank you to all the students we have met so far, those who we're going to meet in the coming years. Congratulations to all of you that are in front of me today. I hope and I pray you will always find time to go to the toilet in the school day. Those who are sat here in front of me today are the brave and the bold, those who dare to overcome and inspire, those who chose to take on the challenge and uplift those that surround you. You are the change in the world. To finish off this vote of thanks, and because it would not be a speech by me without a reference to my president, Taylor Allison Swift, on her birthday of all days, just a little quote. I want to be defined by the things that I love, not the things that I hate. You are what you love. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Elizabeth. You and your classmates have achieved so much and have so much to be proud of. I would like to thank everyone here today for their incredible efforts and dedication as part of this journey. It has been inspiring to see, to walk alongside, and to lead. To you, our graduates, congratulations and well done again for your very special achievements today. We look forward to hearing what comes next for you. Please remember that Leeds Trinity is your university, and we will be here for you whenever you need us. So when you are looking for your next job, are ready for the next academic challenge, or would simply like to stay in touch with fellow graduates, you can count on us to support you every step of the way. That concludes the ceremony. It gives me great pleasure to invite you all to join the reception in the atrium in the main building as we continue the celebration. Please follow others out of the sports hall and you will be directed towards the atrium. Now, may I please ask you to stand for the ceremony procession.